What's up, YouTube family? This is Cleveland Football. I am your host, Terrence Hudson. This is a page for all things Cleveland Browns and top stories from around the league. I do have a shirt on. This isn't just orange paint on my chest. There's a funny story behind that, but I'll get into that later on or something. Today, I want to talk about the Cleveland Browns 2018 schedule. I wanted to do this video when the schedules first came out, and I didn't get a chance to get it out there, but I still want to do it and talk about this schedule, so I'll do it now. I remember being a kid, growing up, and couldn't wait for the schedules to come out. They would come out, I would run up to Rite Aid, grab a Streets and Smith Pro Football magazine. I would look through the schedules. I'd be marking off who I think was going to win, who I think was going to lose each game. It was just a fun thing to do. So I'm looking at the Browns 2018 schedule. I see that 24/7 Sports has us ranked as the 5th toughest schedule in the league this year coming up. What does that mean? To me, it hardly means anything. I'll tell you why. Our opponents for this year, 134 and 122 combined record. But what does that mean? Look at this schedule. You see some teams like, oh, they might be tough. This team might be tough. That team might be tough. You just don't know. Teams that were good a year ago, they may not be as good this year. We see it happen all the time. Look at the Dallas Cowboys from the year before, and they come back last year. They won the division the year before, and then they come back and they don't even make the playoffs. We look at the Giants. Same situation. They was a decent team. They come back and they only win a few games. And then you see the flip side. You see the Jaguars. Who knew the Jags was going to do what they did last year? They were one game away from the Super Bowl. Had a stout defense. Offense started to come together towards the end. But who knew that they would be where they were at? And then you see Buffalo. After almost 20 years, Buffalo makes the playoffs. Who expected that? So teams that, a year before, stuff happened. Injuries happen. Look at Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers goes down, and look at their season. Key players get hurt. Teams just aren't the same. You'll see teams in August. A lot of them won't be the same team in December or January. So looking at what a team did last year, that really doesn't mean much to me. They're going to have to show me this year. So looking at our schedule, actually looking at it, game 1 right out the gate, Pittsburgh. Same as last year. Last year we were at Pittsburgh. We had a chance to win that game. We gave up some gimmies, some turnovers, a block punt, something like that, and kind of just really gave them a game. I think it could be different this year. I think we have a really good chance. We got Todd Haley. Hopefully he's telling all the secrets, and we'll be able to jump out on them and get a win. We'll be at the house. I know the crowd will be crazy, and that should be one we should be able to get, and I'll be looking forward to. Then I look at week 2, the New Orleans Saints. We go down to New Orleans. That's going to be a fun one. We get to see Cleveland's own Marshawn Lattimore up against Josh Gordon and our receiving crew. That should be a fantastic matchup. And I can't wait to break that game down, break that matchup down coming up against the Saints. And then week 3, we got the Jets. That's actually our only prime time game so far. It'll be week 3 against the Jets. I get it. We got one prime time game. If you want to be on the big stage, you got to win. You got to win some games. So we win some more games, we'll have more games on that big stage. But week 3 against the Jets, be looking for that one. And then we come back week 4, so 4 straight out the gate, which should be ones that I'll really be into. We go out to Oakland, and we get to see John Gruden and the Raiders, see what they all about. They get their old coach back. That should be a fun one to watch and see how they look. And then I'm going, and I'm kind of skipping down. I see we got one against who is that? The Chiefs. The Chiefs are coming to Cleveland, and right after that, it'll be the Falcons. So that'll be two tough matchups. I think looking at the one against the Falcons, that'll be November 11th. So it should be cold. We'll see what they look like outside the dome. Maybe we could be able to slow down that offense. And then I'm skipping down to week 15. And that'll be against, we going out to Denver. And that's a rivalry for me. We had some tough times. If we think about the 80s, I don't even want to bring it up, but we got the drive, the fumble, all those years in the 80s when the Broncos were going to the Super Bowl and getting spanked. They were beating the Browns. They were beating the Browns to go to the Super Bowl then. So that should be an old AFC rivalry that I'll be looking at in December in the cold. Hopefully it's snow coming down. That should be a fun one to watch. And then we finish out with Baltimore. We finish out with Baltimore. Who knows, by then we might see Lamar Jackson at the quarterback spot. So you can go in, you can look. I know I skipped some games. If you want to go back and look at the schedule, you can. And predicting a record, I don't know. It's tough to say. I always said if we won, even if we got 6 or 7 this year, that'd be a tremendous step from the last 2 years combined. But I always say we should always be playing for a championship. That's why you play. You play to win that ring. So we should be going for a division championship, Super Bowl, making the playoffs. That's what we should be playing for. But I know, we have a young team. We are rebuilding. But I think you should still be competing for a championship. And I think this team can compete. I think we will compete. But we just have to, see when that time comes. So just a few more short months. Preseason will be here before you know it. I'll be breaking down our offense. I'll also be breaking down our defense. So be sure to check me out. If you hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe. And I'll see you later.